Hi, I'm Zane with Zane Engineers Life. So you've already been through my other videos, like when to tell your boss to shove it and thinking about losing or quitting your job, or maybe even the one of thinking of leaving your job. And you did. You've now made the decision. Now is the time to quit. And the question is, how? Well, some thoughts for you. So first, clear off your computer. Clear off your company phone, back up your contact list, get all your personal passwords and logins and all those things. You don't want to be the lady that did her online banking through her work computer, and then when she quit and walked out the door, she can't even pay her electric bill. Don't be that person. Next, you need to think about the timing. See, the new place that you have a job wants to get you as quickly as possible so you can get started, right? And your old place, which may not have known you were about to quit, wants to keep you until they can fill the role. So the question is, how do you balance this? Well, reminder that it's not your total burden. See, you don't want to hose anyone, but also you don't owe anyone. You worked, you got paid, new place, offered, you're going to start. Now, let me stop for a moment here, because see, if you've been with a boss or the owner of this place for years, and maybe you guys are even friends, if you really count on each other, well, then you've probably already talked to them like I suggested in the other videos, right? See, they already know this is coming, and they haven't figured out a way to make it right, so now you just need to work out the timing. Now, for my company, my people know that I'm not planning on surprising them. If they have to go, we're going to pay them for a while and we're going to help them find a place. And I've asked them to do the same for us. Like, give us a chance to fix it. Let us know what the problem is. Give us a little notice, especially if they're in a critical role. Now, question is, what if you're in the big corporate machine? Well, first off, you need to prepare for the counteroffer because it's going to come. And in reality, you probably just need to say no. See, this is like taking your spouse back after they cheated. It's never really going to be the same. Now, second, you need to be ready to be marched immediately out the door. See, already have all your family pics in the car, have your personal stuff deleted from the server, and be ready when you hand in that resignation letter that they might actually be mad and walk you directly out the door. Now, a quick stop here. I'm not a workplace labor lawyer. I have no idea what's legal, illegal for all the different places people are watching from. And I have no idea if you're at will or contract or any of that kind of stuff. So you need to look into those kind of things. I'm just speaking from the image of a professional side. Now, if you would, take a second real quick, like and subscribe, and it helps others find these messages, and there's so many people we need to help. So help me help them. Like and subscribe. Look me up on LinkedIn. Okay, so summary. You should offer to give them a reasonable notice that leaves a warm bridge that you could return over if ever needed. You should also be respectful of your new job and get there as quickly as possible. See, how would you feel, and this is the new job's perspective, how would you feel if you married someone and then they took 4 weeks to move out of their ex's house and another 2 weeks to go to Cancun on a trip, and you didn't get to see him for the first time for 6 or 7 weeks after the wedding? That's pretty lame, right? So you need to keep that in mind. Now, if you followed my other videos' advice, you've already talked to them a few times and you've given them a chance to fix things, so they're probably not going to be surprised. And if you're a really solid staff member, then you've put together some SOPs, which are standard operating procedures for your job, that they can hand off to the new person or your boss for keeping the position staffed after you're gone. So you want to make sure things run well without you. That shows really good high character for you. Now, if you spent 2 minutes on the anti-work subreddit, you know that a lot of places actually waste these final 2 weeks. Then they call incessantly after you've left, and please just help us, help us, help us. You know what? Don't. See, you're with your new job now, and you need to be amazing for them. You need to build that relationship really well. Now, here's the thing. If your old job just cannot do it without you, then offer that after hours, you'll do some contracting for them, maybe up to 3 months, and it's going to be at least 3 times your old rate, and you'll do it to help them out. See, be clear that you will not be available during standard office hours because you have a new job. To leave you a list, and you'll look each evening and answer all the questions that you can and then bill them for your time. Now, here's the key. Be sure to get a retainer up front for any of this work. Make them pay you a retainer to hold that you can bill against. Okay, moral of the story, be cool. Help your old workplace out and be awesome for your new workplace. Most importantly, be true to yourself. Give yourself adequate time to make the transition. Leave the old place in as good a shape as you can, because sometimes you may have to send that email to the boss's boss to help them, right? And hit the ground running and be prepared at your new place. If you must have a week break for the transition, try not to give more than 2 weeks' notice to the old job, because you don't want it to be a month or two before you end up starting at the new place if you can help it. See, the longer you wait, the more chance that they actually could rescind that offer or something radical and crazy happen and suddenly you don't have a job. See, get in there while they want you really badly and start being amazing. So back to our original question, should you give a 2-week notice? Well, you should give some. See, you want to make the transition easy in case you need to come back one day. And be prepared that they may not want it. If you have to have that 2 weeks of pay, then you probably should have watched my other videos on getting prepared for this, right? See, be prepared to not be paid from the moment you turn in your notice to about 3 or 4 weeks after you start your new job. See, this is key. Be really clear when you're going to expect that first paycheck from the new job. Find out what their pay cycle is. See, you're going to be in a rough spot if you really need that money from the old job and they walk you directly out the door and aren't going to pay you those 2 weeks, and your new job isn't starting for a few weeks, and that first paycheck doesn't come until the next 1st or the 15th. Now, final thoughts. It's the golden rule. You want to treat people the way you want to be treated, and that goes for all 3 parties. Your old job, your new job, and you and your family. I'm Zane with Zane Engineers Life, and we'll make you better.